back to 𝘿𝙚𝓸𝓼𝓽. Today we have an index for the Frost Fusion featuring the new Galarian Mr. Rime from Astral Radiance. The new card with the customized cane attack doing 90 base damage plus 90 more. We have any tool cards attached to it for 2 water and 1 colorless energy cost. So we're playing our 4 copies of Choice Belt for the damage boost. We also have our 4 power tablets just because it's a Fusion Strike Pokemon. For the energy acceleration, we have 2 𝘿𝙚𝓸𝓼, 2 Melony, 4 Fusion Strike energy, and 8 basic water. We're also playing 3 copies of Subtle and Drizzile to help us get any trainer card into our hand with the powerful 𝘕𝓸𝓸𝓼𝓽's ability, plus the 2 quick shooting Inteleon for those extra damage counters. We also have 1 Lucario for the defense buff, 1 Meloetta for the bench barrier, and 1 Radiant Greninja for the draw support. For our supporter cards, we have 2 Marnie, 1 Research, 1 Shauna, and 1 Birdkeeper. For our starter cards, we have 4 Quick Ball, 3 VIP Pass, 2 Level Ball, 2 Incense, and 1 Ultra Ball. We also have 1 Canceling Cologne for Miltank, 1 Capacious Bucket to get our energy cards, 1 Boss Order for the extra support, and 1 Escaper for the switch. So that's all for the deck list. Let's go for gameplay! Okay, let's go for our first game versus Mew VMAX. Mew, the hyper meta deck, they actually have a Pumpkaboo in their deck though. One of the non-Fusion Strike cards in the deck. I think that's the only one, but I don't think it's that smart to be playing that. You should just be playing more Stadium cards in your deck. I suppose they wanted to maybe bench fast. I don't know. It doesn't actually help Genesect draw cards though. So I'm not sure why Pumpkaboo is there. They got Meloetta, they got no Genesect on the first turn, that's great. We got quite lucky with this game because we got VIP Pass early and we actually get to draw another, we get to summon another basic with that Quick Ball. We got our Mr. Rime with concealed cards and we get to draw even more cards with our Shauna. Shuffle, then draw. Okay, we got our second VIP Pass, that's super lucky. Shauna is great though because you actually get to shuffle and kind of you know, flip a coin sort of. And if you get lucky, you get to draw new cards into your hand or like the things that you need. It's actually better than Marnie because I don't know, 9 times out of 10 Marnie screws you over. Shauna is kind of like 50-50. That's why I prefer Shauna. Okay, we got Drizzile. They actually did they just benched a Mew and passed the turn, so they didn't do much for that one entire turn, which is quite sad. So let's just play 𝘿𝙚𝓸𝓼 right now, get as much energy into the game as we can, and attach the Fusion Strike energy. We can actually do our first knockout right here. We got Escape Room in our hand. Let's just do the cane. So if they switch to the Mew, we got our Choice Belt. If they don't, we're just gonna kill the Meloetta. I'm not sure if we want to be attaching the tool card right now. So I actually tried this deck with Ludicolo and Zacian. It didn't actually work that well just because Ludicolo you know, requires a lot of support. So if you're playing a stage 2 card, you need a lot of supporting trainer cards to make it work. You could play 𝘿𝙚𝓸𝓼 with Rare Candy. You know, 𝘿𝙚𝓸𝓼 actually helps you get your Pokemon, your stage 2 Pokemon, and Rare Candy for the evolution, but it doesn't have you draw cards though, so you actually need to think about the energy support as well. How are you going to attach energy to a Mr. Rime fast enough to attack and also fast enough for your next attacker to strike back after the first one get killed? So once your first Rime is knocked out, how are you going to attack with the second one? How are you going to get enough energies on the second one? That is the biggest problem, and we can't actually charge it up that fast without Melony. Melony only gets you that 1 energy. If they play a Fan of Waves, you're totally screwed. So Melony doesn't actually have that much. Zacian only helps you get your first energy on your first Rime. And then if you play 𝘿𝙚𝓸𝓼 after that, on your second turn, you actually get to attach your second energy on your second Rime, which is actually very fast. So Zacian and 𝘿𝙚𝓸 Melony is actually the perfect combo. But if you play those cards, you can't actually fit in that many Ludicolo. You can't actually, you know, make it that... You can't actually make that combo that strong anymore. It's not that likely for you to draw your Rare Candies. It's not that easy for you to use Ludicolo's ability for the extra damage boost. So what we want to do with that deck is to do a one-hit knockout against a VMAX, against a VSTAR. You know, just because you get to do 210 plus 100 damage, 210 with the Choice Belt, plus 100 damage with your Ludicolo, that's 310. If you have Hawlucha in your deck, you do 340, killing a VMAX with 1 hit. So Hawlucha actually isn't really good as well just because we need that draw support. That's why Radiant Greninja is here instead. We got Radiant Greninja and actually power tablets to do extra damage, and then quick shoot for the extra damage counters as well. So that's why I prefer to play Inteleon, just because you got your quick shoot option, you also got your power tablet option as well. You don't need Ludicolo, honestly. You can actually choose to play Frostmoth as well. So Frostmoth for the energies, and then Irida to help you get your power tablet, Irida to help you get your Capacious Bucket, or even any other item cards that you need. I don't know, Choice Belt. So it's actually quite interesting to play those combos. Maybe Inteleon with Frostmoth could actually work, but I just prefer to play Elisa. I just really love Elisa because you get 2 energies on in a single turn, plus that 1 from your hand. That's a lot of energies in a single turn. So I just prefer to play that card, I don't know. Because Frostmoth requires a lot of energies in your deck, and I don't think we can afford to play that much. If we have Sobble Drizzile, we need a lot of trainer cards, we need our Choice Belt, power tablet, stuff like that. I don't think we can afford to fit in that many, especially if we're adding more Pokemon cards. Frostmoth 2 copies, I mean, it's a stage 1, we can't afford that many, you know. And we don't even have any stadium cards for this list. So this is actually quite scary, because if they play a Path to the Peak, we can't use Greninja. Greninja is actually a rule box Pokemon, so we can't actually use concealed cards to draw cards into our hand if they have a Path to the Peak. Okay, we got a boss, we got a Choice Belt. We're stuck though. We're actually stuck in the active. So they actually did a boss on the last turn. They couldn't attack, but they are trapping us right now. They are down to 0 boss, I suppose, or maybe 1 boss. I don't know. They already discarded a lot of their switch cards, so let's hope that 1 boss is gonna help us survive 1 turn. We're just gonna charge up the active. Hope they don't knock out our active Rime, and just do surprising hands right now. Draw 3 item cards in our hand. Let's just get 3 power tablets. How about that? Because we don't actually have our Capacious Bucket. We don't have. We could do. What's it called? Ultra Ball. We should be doing Ultra Ball though. Like, we should be getting Ultra Ball for Melony, because we got another Drizzile inside the deck. So Melony actually helps us get the energy. If we play the power tablet and then do the research, we could kill the Mew VMAX. So if they attack with the Mew VMAX this turn, we could just play the power tablet and knock them out with our second, you know, with the Rime on the bench, and then we have to think about charging up the next one. So we need to be playing Melony after, you know, after the second one gets killed. So it's actually quite tight. It's pretty tight for that situation. So I think it's better to play Marnie first. It's actually better to play Marnie first if they don't switch this turn. So they attach a double turbo. They're probably gonna retreat this turn. Are they gonna get the Elisa? That's the question. If they get the Elisa, they need the Choice Belt. Oh, they don't need the Choice Belt, my bad. Oh my goodness, they don't need the Choice Belt. Because they have no damage reduction. We have no Oricorio. They got just nice, exactly enough to knock out our active Pokemon. 210 damage is, you know, enough. And they actually conceded though. I mean, I don't know what happened. They conceded because they probably couldn't get their Elisa out. They had to pass another turn doing nothing. So that's a lot of turns. I think we're probably going to do our Marnie. If we, you know, if they pass a turn, we're probably going to do Marnie to get an energy card. If Marnie doesn't get an energy, we're probably going to be screwed. But, well, we got enough energies in deck. I think we're probably going to get it. So 1 energy is all we need to kill the Genesect. And then we need to worry about, all we need to do is get enough power tablets for the final knockout. The final knockout has to be a VMAX for the final 3 prize. So since Genesect is in the active, we need to be taking advantage of it as much as we can. If they retreat before passing the turn to the Mew VMAX, I don't think they're going to, because they know we have 3 power tablets in our hand, and they got no Marnies. I don't think they can play a Marnie for Mew VMAX. So they're kind of stuck in that situation. Either are they going to sacrifice the Genesect or the Mew VMAX. I don't think they're going to retreat. So if they don't retreat, we better be playing a Marnie to get that 1 energy. If we don't get the energy, we're done. So it's actually anyone's game still at that point, just because Marnie is that bad. It only draws you 5 cards, and we don't actually have that many energy cards in this deck. If we draw a Melony with the Marnie, we could play, you know, we could draw a Ultra Ball from the top deck though. That's why I said it's better to get your Melony, to get the Ultra Ball and 2 tablets instead of 3 tablets with that surprising hand. Just because, you know, if we get our Drizzile, we could actually do shady dealings for the power tablet. If they kill our active, we can actually knock out the Mew VMAX with 3 power tablets still, with our second Mr. Rime, and then do a research after that. But we need to discard 2 cards from our hand though. We can actually discard the top deck and a Marnie, so there's no problem there. And then if they pass the turn not doing anything, we can actually Shady Dealings for a Melony, and that actually guarantees us the Genesect knockout. So it's actually smarter to have always take your time and think about it before searching for the right item cards in your hand, especially if you know your opponent can't play a Marnie. If you know they don't have a Marnie in your deck, like maybe Regidrago deck. I don't know if Regidrago has a Marnie. They probably have a lot of research and Kamado, ways to discard their hand, because they need to discard a lot of energies and stuff from their hand. They need to draw fast as well to bench their Pokemon as fast as they can. So if you know your opponent are not playing a Marnie, you better be taking enough time, being conscious, being very wise in choosing what item cards you are searching with your surprising hand. Mr. Rime can actually search a lot of items. So we got our Melony on the first turn, which is great. They're playing Lucario VSTAR with the new Astral Radiance Lucario V. Pretty cool. And they got Bibarel for the support, and also Gutsy Pickaxe with Oranguru. They actually wasted 2 copies of it already, so 2 Gutsy Pickaxe down. And they got no energy on the first turn, which is horrible. Quite sad. I think they played too many training cards and not enough energies, I suppose. We actually got a lot of energies. So it's always a ratio matchup. We have 12 energies. How many energies do you have? If you have like 8, I don't think you're gonna get your energies that easily up against an opponent that plays 12 copies. They may just play like 2 stone, 2 basic fighting, and 4 double turbo. And if you have a stone energy at the top deck, you can't actually play Gutsy Pickaxe. So Gutsy Pickaxe only worked for basic fighting, just because stone energy is a special energy. It's not considered a fighting energy until it's attached to a Pokemon. Same goes for your other special type energy, like your horror energy, wash energy. They are not considered as those particular type until they are attached to a Pokemon. So it doesn't matter what Pokemon they are attached to. If aromatic energy is attached to a colorless Pokemon, it's still a grass energy, but it doesn't have any extra effects. It has no additional effects other than acting as a grass energy. If it's attached to a grass Pokemon, it actually protects it from special conditions. So that's the special thing about the new the old special energy from Sword and Shield. It's gonna get rotated pretty soon, so don't get attached to it. Horror energy is gonna get rotated. Stone energy is gonna be no more. Powerful energy as well is baby voltage. I think the only thing that are staying, I'm not too sure, is double turbo. Well, I have no idea what else, honestly. Double turbo is from Brilliant Stars. Battle style, single strike, fusion strike energy, rapid strike energy. What other things do we have? I don't really know what other special energies is post rotation. Okay, here comes Aura Star. It's gonna do 240 damage, so it's enough to kill our Rime if they don't play a double turbo. Because we actually have a Oricorio on the bench. If they play a double turbo, they're doing 220 damage, raw damage, and that actually gets reduced by Oricorio down to 200 damage, not enough to kill a Rime. So our Galarian Mr. Rime gets to, gets to survive the Lucario, survive that one strike from Lucario if they play a double turbo. So I think the best bet right here is to do a boss order, because if we do a boss, we can hit the bench. We can hit the bench Lucario VSTAR instead of the active. If we knock out the active, they could quite easily do a Raihan. If they play a Raihan after discarding a basic energy from their hand, they could quite easily just energy search, quick ball to discard the energy, and then Raihan for another energy to do 240 damage, and that's enough to kill us. They don't even need a choice belt. If they play a choice belt, we're probably dead anyways. So if they do double turbo choice belt, we're done. It's actually less likely for them to pull that off. It's more likely to play Raihan for the kill. So I actually prefer to just do a boss right now. Even though we're not doing a knockout, at least we get to survive one turn, and then on the next turn, think about getting out. Think about getting the next Rime ready. I have no idea how we're gonna do that though, because we actually have no spots on the bench. So they actually played a collapsed stadium. So we shouldn't have benched the Greninja, honestly. I don't know why you benched the Greninja, because we need to be thinking about benching um, Mr. Rime, because we have no other attackers after the first one gets knocked out. This is quite bad. We got, I think we used up the Scoop Up Net. There's no way we can bench a Mr. Rime until something gets knocked out. So this is actually quite horrible. Even though we are ahead of them, we are having an extra turn, but we actually are stuck right now with nothing on our bench. So even if we collect an extra knockout this turn, they actually conceded though, which is quite sad because we have no additional attacker. They shouldn't be conceding. We have no stadium cards to add an extra Pokemon on our bench. So that's the bad thing about this deck. If they play Collapse Stadium, make sure you don't bench that many Pokemon. There's no way to anticipate that Stadium card though. If they play it at just the right time, they can actually screw you over. So, I don't know. That was a tricky game right there. They could actually stand a good chance at winning still, but they just conceded. I suppose they didn't get their energy cards and no Raihan, no Gutsy Pickaxe. I think they just conceded because they couldn't charge up the next one. And they're passing too many turns doing nothing, I suppose. Sometimes you just get stuck. And, you know, just give up on the game. It does happen. So right now we're up against Arceus. Arceus with Dialga, if I'm not mistaken. A pretty crazy game because Dialga actually gets to do Star Chronos for an extra turn. Oh, it's not Dialga yet. My bad. It's a Blissey Miltank deck. So Miltank is a bit tricky. We need to be playing either the Cologne to knock it out with our Rime, or maybe just attack with Greninja because Greninja get to do a decent 90 damage to both of their Pokemons. If they play a Blissey on the bench, we get to hit it as well. Okay, let's see what they're doing. Okay, they did a 𝘿𝙚𝓼𝓽 to deny us that keep call. Let's just play concealed cards first. Discard a water energy for Melony later, and we got our VIP pass. That's great. Let's just do Sobble, Oricorio maybe. Let's get another Rime. It's always smart to get another Rime. We actually got a third Sobble. That's fine. So if you have a second Rime in play, it actually helps you do Elisa for extra energies. So I think we're just gonna play our Marnie right here. We're gonna just attach one energy to Rime and then play the Marnie. I'm not sure if they are playing abilities. I don't think so. I don't think they have abilities to hurt our Pokemon. That ability actually works on their Pokemon. So Fusion Strike Energy doesn't work against Miltank because that ability is a protection ability on itself. It's not an ability that affects our Pokemon. It's not an ability that affects your Pokemon. It's an ability that, you know, guards itself. Okay, we got another VIP pass, which is great, but I don't think we need it. Let's just bench another Mr. Rime. Oh, we got a Oricorio, which is pretty weird. Okay. I forgot something. Because they're playing a Miltank, so we don't need to worry about Rime. We need to be waiting until we, waiting for enough turns to get enough energies onto Greninja for that 2-strike KO. Because Moonlight Shuriken can do a 2-hit knockout, but they just paused the Greninja this turn and they just hit it, which is horrible. Now we got... Oh my goodness, this is just horrible. I think we're just gonna play Elisa this turn, maybe hit it with Oricorio. Because Oricorio can do a decent 5 damage counters, it's not bad. If only it can do like 50 damage, because we have Choice Belt. Choice Belt doesn't do anything, but Power Tablet can actually do extra damage against the Miltank. So Oricorio with Power Tablet doesn't do anything just because you're placing damage counters with the attack. I have no idea what we're gonna do right now. Melony doesn't work for Greninja, unfortunately. So this is a slightly different list. We have a Schoolgirl instead of... I have no idea what what card we replaced. I don't think we have a Menifee for this deck. So maybe less, like, no bench support, no bench barrier for that extra supporter card. So Menifee is actually very important if you're playing against Urshifu, Kyogre. I mean, you can't go without that card. Any deck requires a Menifee, unless if you have high enough HP to prevent a knockout, or like if you can heal every single turn all of your Pokemon, like if you're playing a metal deck with Crystal Cave, if you have enough HP to heal fast enough to prevent a knockout against Kyogre or Urshifu, then go ahead, don't play any Menifee, because you know, you don't actually need it. So we got Escape Rope. I think we're gonna play Elisa on the next turn. Oh, we actually did that one. Okay, we're gonna Escape Rope to the Sobble and then sacrifice that card. I don't think it's too smart though. Oh, we actually did that. I don't think it's too smart though, because oh, it can. Oricorio can actually survive one hit though. So we are basically relying on the ability to survive that one turn, and then Inteleon to collect the knockout, I suppose. So I have no idea what we're doing here. We should be switching to the Sobble. I don't know what we're doing. We're basically wasting Oricorio's attack. Oh well. We got our Inteleon, that's fine. So we got 5 damage counters in. Well, 9 damage counters already this turn. And on the next turn, we can actually knock it out with 2 more damage counters, I suppose. Well, we actually need 2 more turns because they got a Cape of Toughness. My bad. We actually need 2 more turns to knock it out. But that's fine. They're probably going to bench a Blissey on the next turn. We're going to scoop up the Inteleon, evolve the Drizzile, search for something. Let's search for a supporter card. So if they bench the Blissey, we need to be thinking about charging up the Rime. We actually got a Shauna. We already have a Choice Belt attached, so we don't need to worry about Mr. Rime. But we do need to worry about the energies. Okay, Elisa is not helping anymore because we only have 1 Fusion Strike Pokemon in play after this turn. If they flip ahead, I'm gonna be super pissed. Okay, they actually attack with Blissey. We're dead. 40 damage is enough. 20, just nice. Definitely should not have attacked. You know, if we just waited, if we just sacrificed that Sobble on the last turn, we could have survived. You know, Oricorio could have survived this turn and done another Glistening Droplets. But I suppose we made a mistake right there. Definitely made a stupid mistake. Oh well, does happen. So we're just gonna do a Quick Shoot on the Miltank and then collect the knockout on the next turn. We get an extra Quick Shoot on the Blissey after the Miltank knockout, I suppose. Maybe. And then all we need to do after that, well, we got 11. I think we actually need to use all the Inteleons on the Miltank. So that means we need enough Power Tablets to kill the Blissey. If they play a Cape of Toughness, we actually need 3 Power Tablets to knock it out. If they don't, we just need 2. So we're just gonna play the Power Tablet right now, get it out as fast as we can. I don't think they're playing that many Marnies. I think they have Alistar, Research, Kamado, things to discard their hand, discard their energy cards. I don't think they're playing that many copies of Marnie. So let's just get the Power Tablet with the Shady Dealings, and then well, I have no idea how we got the Shady Dealings though. Oh, we Shadied on the active. We did Shady on the active. Okay, we're passing the turn, doing nothing. I don't think they can kill the Rime if they do a boss right now. I don't think they have enough energies. So they got only 4. They're doing 60 damage for the powerful energy and the double turbo, so that's 120 plus 40. That's 160 plus 30 if they attach from your hand. So nope, only 150 minus 20 from Oricorio. Oh, I have no idea how I'm counting this. So 50 damage with the double turbo. Sorry, 50 damage with the powerful energy. 40 damage with the double turbo. That's 90. So 90 plus 40, that's 130. My bad. Like, my math is really bad. Sorry, guys. I thought it's 40x. Blissey actually does only 30x damage for each energy attached to it. So we finally killed the Miltank. They didn't play Marnie, so they are screwed. We got our double power tablets and they're gone. No choice belts, no Cape of Toughness actually means we get to knock it out with only 2 tablets. There we go, we killed both the Miltank and Blissey in a single turn, winning the game against a meta deck. Super cool. Cool beans. Okay, right now we're against a metal deck. Here comes Arceus and Dialga. This is the crazy game. I mean, it's super insane. Dialga gets to do Star Chronos for an extra turn, and then they get to do Metal Burst. I think that's the first attack. I'm not sure what the attack is called, but it does 40x damage for each metal energy attached to this Pokemon, and then they get to kill another Rime. In a single turn, collect 4 prizes for, you know, hitting the weakness for knockout, because we are actually weak towards Metal type. So Dialga is probably the worst possible matchup if you are playing a Ice Pokemon, Ice type V Pokemon at that, you know, Ice Rider, Galarian Mr. Rime, 𝘕𝓻𝓸𝓼𝓽. You could actually play Galarian Breastplate for your Mr. Rime. I wanted to do that, but I just decided to do like 4 copies choice belt. Galarian Breastplate actually helps you reduce 30 more damage on your Rime. If they're playing like 1 price decks, you actually get to survive 2 hits with that 1 V card. With Oricorio in play as well, you get to reduce 50 damage done to your Mr. Rime. With each hit, every single strike that they do gets reduced by 50 damage. We got a level ball for Shady Dealings on the next turn. We get to do Elisa, and then if we get another Drizzile, we get to do Escape Rope. I don't think we would be that lucky though. So here comes the crazy Dialga deck. They are playing a Mew. That means it's a hyper item card, but it's actually a Arceus Dialga though. They should be playing nothing but Dialga and, you know, the item Mew. So Reiji's deck, Reiji Nishiguchi, I think. But they're actually adding their own flair by having Arceus inside as well. So Arceus is actually messing up the deck just because if you do Starbirth, you can't play Star Chronos anymore. So Starbirth or Star Chronos, you can't actually play both of the V-Star power in a single game just because it's a V-Star. Okay, Crobat, Dark Asset. They are playing so many V cards. I think they actually have a Crobat for the Reiji's list. So Scoop Up Net for Greninja is really annoying because you get to draw 4 cards with that ability. It's basically a double Chinchino. If you have a Scoop Up Net, you get to recycle the ability for a basic Pokemon. Isn't it broken? A basic Pokemon gets to do a Chinchino's ability twice. And you even get to discard that Metal Energy for Metal Saucer. So that's actually really smart, I would say. The smartest combo ever. Playing nothing but item cards to get your system running, and then, you know, draw fast with your Trekking Shoes and with your Gutsy Pickaxe. I don't think they have Pickaxe though. I think they have like, what's it called? Energy Surge. A lot of items. I'm not sure what other items they're playing, but Scoop Up Net, Switch. I have no idea honestly, but you know, Metal Saucer, stuff like that. So they actually did a big charm on the Dialga, which is horrible. Now we need a lot of damage to kill it off. We only have 4 power tablets in this deck. If we play only 3, we need Inteleon to collect the knockout. So 3 power tablets equal 300 damage with the choice belt. And if we do Shady for the boss, If we do it right now, well, we can't do it right now because we don't have enough energies. So if they evolve on the next turn, we're done for. It's down to, are they able to get the evolution card fast enough? Because if we do a boss, we can actually kill the Dialga before it evolves. And 250 is not a lot of HP. 250 is easy to kill as long as they don't evolve that fast. Okay, we got our Shady, the first one. We're just gonna do Melony or Elisa. I think it's smarter to play Elisa unless if they do Fan of Waves. I don't think they have that card. Let's do Elisa. So having 4 Fusion Strike energy in the deck actually guarantees you a lot of energies with your Elisa. That's why I prefer to have like 4 copies of that special energy. I think I tried 3 copies, it doesn't really work that well. So 4 copies is more secure if you're, you know, if you want to make Elisa reliable. Okay, I have no idea what to do right here. We're just gonna Training Court and Conceal cards. I think we played the ability already. So let's attach the energy and pause the turn. Are we gonna attack right now? I don't think it's smart to attack. Let's just force them to do a boss. We're just gonna invest the energy on the second one maybe. Let's just invest it on the first one. So that we get, you know, we get to retreat on the next turn. And then do a boss. Because we don't want to be searching for a Bird Keeper, we want to be searching for a boss. Let's just attach for to the first Mr. Rime. And then switch or retreat on the next turn. Boss and knock out the Dialga. If they evolve, we just need Inteleon. We just need to collect the knockout with the Quick Shoot. If they are able to do the Star Chronos this turn though, it would be horrible. And they just evolve. Like, that's the end of our life. That's the end of our life right there. So they just need to attach one, get the Metal Saucers, and we're done. Pretty sure they have a lot of air balloons in their deck. Scuba Net, air balloon, ways of getting Mew back into the bench. They actually need a lot though. They need like 5 energies on the Dialga for Star Chronos. So they may just choose to do Metal Burst first. But I don't think that would be wise because they're like giving it as, you know, putting it as the active is not smart because you're just offering it for the sacrifice. Might as well do your VSTAR power if you can. I think we should be discarding the Sobble because we want the Inteleon. But if we discard the Sobble, we can't do a boss. So I have no idea what to do. Avery is gonna completely destroy us. We should be discarding the second Mr. Rime though because we want to be doing a boss knockout. If we do a boss though and get the Inteleon, I don't think we have enough. So we're doing only 270 with the power tablet, and they just conceded though. We're only doing 270 with the power tablet, and then 2 more damage counters. They got a big charm, so they actually have 310 HP. We're only doing 290 with the quick shoot, so that's not actually enough. But if we quick shoot on the next turn though, which is not going to be fast enough because by that time they would do their Star Chronos, and all they need is that 1 Star Chronos to get 4 prize in a single turn. 4 prize with the boss. I'm pretty sure they have a lot of bosses in their deck. Playing nothing but Mew, I think they have a lot of bosses, so all they need is Star Chronos, and then we have no attackers. We're stuck. We're dead. So I don't think we stand a good chance against Dialga, but I suppose we got lucky and they couldn't attach energies fast enough. I suppose they just conceded because they maybe realized that Arceus is not a good pair. Arceus doesn't actually work that well just because if you use Star Birth, you can't use Star Chronos. If you do Trinity Nova, your opponent is probably going to boss it on the bench. It's too late, you know, it's always too late if you do Trinity Nova. Your opponent can quite easily do a boss to kill your Dialga before you get to do Star Chronos. So Nova is not perfect. Nova is definitely not perfect, as we all know. especially if you are investing all of your energies, if you want to be attacking on that one bench Pokemon and then passing the turn, giving your opponent a free hit with that boss order. I mean, that's just ridiculous. It makes no sense. Might as well just play nothing but Star Chronos. So we got really lucky against Dialga. I don't know what to say. Like, that game was just silly. Let's just focus on this one. So right now we're up against Arceus Poison deck. They're playing Toxtricity with Garbodor, Toxtricity, and Crobat VMAX just to avoid the V knockout, I suppose. So people love to play Arceus with Crobat VMAX, like one copy of the VMAX, just to deny your opponent extra prizes. Because if they boss the Crobat, they got 2 prize. Now they actually need like 300 damage to kill for 3 prize, which is kind of worse, because if they could do a lot of damage, you're actually giving them 3 prizes. But if they can't, they need to do a 2-hit knockout to kill the Crobat for an extra prize. So I'm not sure if that's a good deal. Even you're just basically stalling that extra 1 turn. You could play a Cheryl though. So Cheryl is gonna heal your Crobat and Arceus, I suppose. And then if they don't hit the Arceus, you get to heal, max heal the Crobat without discarding your energies on Arceus. So if you're playing Quickshot Inteleon, make sure you target the Arceus, just because, you know, if they play Cheryl, they're gonna be forced to discard from Arceus as well. If they play Sharon, they have to re-bench and reset up everything. But they probably have another something on the bench to attack if they're playing a Sharon. So they did escape rope. We're just gonna put Oricorio maybe? Okay, we decided to make Sobble the sacrifice. I think they're just gonna do Trinity Charge. If they play Power Edge, we're down to 1 Sobble on the bench, but we got another one in our hand. Okay, here comes the Choice Belt. And they did Trinity Charge. Okay, they're charging the Arceus, the Crobat. What are they charging? Okay, they're charging the Crobat, which is not doing a knockout hit. 180 damage is very low. It's actually lower than Arceus, so I have no idea why they decided to charge the Crobat. Might as well just attack with a second Arceus, right? They may have, you know, they may not have the VSTAR though. I don't know what's happening, but they may not be playing the VSTAR. Okay, we got our Scoop Up Net. We're just gonna scoop it up and get Capacious Bucket maybe. We get to kill the active right now. Well, we need a Power Tablet though. We need a Power Tablet to kill the active. We could choose to play a boss to damage the Crobat, but let's just play the Power Tablet. I really want to be killing the Arceus right now, because the second Arceus needs 3 energies for Trinity Nova to knock out Rime with 1 hit, because Arceus can actually kill our Mr. Rime. If they play, well, it can't, because we actually have they have a Choice Belt, but it actually doesn't have enough damage. It can't do enough damage for knockout because we have Oricorio in play. So Oricorio makes your Galarian Mr. Rime's HP essentially 230. They need 230 damage to kill Mr. Rime, which is actually a lot more than usual, a lot more than, you know, the normal V cards. So that's the power of your Fusion Strike combo. Fusion Strike cards have Oricorio, and Oricorio is doing a lot in terms of damage buff, defense buff. We got no energies. Look at that. We did a research and we got no energies. So we searched for a Power Tablet, we used it, and we got no energies. So I got really pissed and I just like lash out in terms of the emojis. Let's just escape rope and sacrifice the Sobble again. We are stuck with nothing, passing an entire turn doing nothing. That's just pissing me off because we got nothing. We didn't get a single water energy into our hand, which is just it's impossible. If you're playing against Arceus, for some reason they always give you a shitty hand. Arceus always destroys your hand. All they need is like one copy of Arceus in their deck for you to get the horrible hand. Like the worst hand possible. Like how is it possible for us to not get a water energy? For fuck's sake, we played a research. We got 24 cards left in the deck. Like for fuck's sake. 8 water energy and 1 bucket and we got nothing. I think we're just gonna play the power tablet. We have another tablet already in our hand. Let's just get the choice belt for the second one. Oh, we decided to get the capricious bucket for the next turn, I suppose. So bucket for the energies. Not sure if we should be playing it now, because now we actually have to waste another turn because we can't retreat, we can't switch. We got no more escape rope, no bird keeper inside the deck. Bird keeper is actually prized, so we are stuck for another turn. Look how crazy Arceus is. Arceus is insane. They always give you the worst hand possible. Not only do we have no... I just don't know what to say. We got our bird keeper prize, we got no water energy, we're stuck for so many turns. And they did nothing though, they just keep on using Trinity Charge. So are we gonna do a boss right now? Are we gonna just kill the Arceus? I think it's smarter to just knock it out right now. We're gonna save our power tablets for the Crobat. We're just gonna charge up the next one. So we actually did a retreat and reverse attach the water energy back to our Rime. Collecting 2 prize with our first customized cane. Got another Melony and a 𝘿𝙚𝙢𝙚 in our hand. I don't think we should be playing the 𝘿𝙚𝙢𝙚 anymore because we got already 3 Fusion Strike energy in play. We may have the last one inside the deck still. Okay, Crobat is not doing a knockout. I mean, this is probably the most mild version of an Arceus VSTAR deck, because Arceus VSTAR is supposed to be playing like power VMAXs, Rayquaza, Rillaboom. I've seen a Rillaboom Rapid Strike VMAX with Arceus. I almost won that one, but I made a mistake. I made a horrible mistake and I had to remove the recording. Sorry, guys. That would have been interesting to watch, because we actually we had the winning condition, but we weren't that familiar with this deck. We weren't too familiar with playing the combos, because it's actually quite difficult to search for the right cards, and if you don't have enough experience, you can't actually play a deck to win that easily, unless if you play it enough times. Okay, so right now we should just kill off the Crobat if we can. I don't think we can though. We got 290 damage, which is almost enough. Let's see if we can draw out the last power tablet. So no power tablet, unfortunately. Oh well. We're just gonna attach an extra energy to the Inteleon because it can still attack. Quick shoot the Crobat. And then power tablet, let's just do everything. They may play a Cheryl. They may do a Cheryl on the next turn, in which case we're going to be wasting our power tablets, but might as well just do that. If they don't Cheryl, we just need to quick shoot for the knockout. Okay. What are they going to do? Poison. Toxtricity, 𝘿𝙚𝓸𝓼. Apparently they don't have a good hand. Not enough supporter cards, no Star Birth. I don't know what's happening. I mean, it's an Arceus VSTAR deck for God's sake. And it did Stealth Poison, giving us And Arceus, well, whatever they put as the active we can kill. And we just need that one extra prize because we actually get to kill the VMAX with the quick shoot. And we got one prize remaining, so we just need one final kill. So they had to evolve the VSTAR or the VMAX, but they couldn't do one or the other. They couldn't do either, which is just sad. Which is just very sad. So I'm showing off the Bird Keeper because we actually have it prized, which is annoying. So that's the horrible thing about Arceus, is that if you're paired up against Arceus, it doesn't matter how bad their deck is, it doesn't matter how good or how consistent they are or how inconsistent their deck is, you're just gonna get a shit hand every single turn. You're not gonna get your energies, you're not gonna get a switch cards, you're not gonna get anything. Even if you're playing a shady dealing stack, that's how silly, that's how fucking broken Arceus is. I'm so sick of Arceus, guys. I'm so fucking sick of Arceus. It gets the best luck every fucking game. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? It's like, it's Kyogre all over again. It's Kyogre all over again. Sonya on the first turn. Sonya and a Quick Ball, and a motherfucking Quick Ball in the first fucking turn. Okay, Rapid Strike Inteleon. We're up against a Hyper Tank deck. We're doing a one-hit KO strategy, but only for 1 or 2 strikes. I think we get to do a VSTAR knockout. If we have Inteleon and 2 power tablets, we can kill a VSTAR without the HP boost. And we actually get to kill 2 VSTARs with 4 power tablets. So with, 2 strikes. So we get to do 1-hit knockout against 2 VSTARs or 1-hit knockout against 1 VMAX. But that's it. We can't do more than that. After those OHKOs, we need to be settling for 2-hit knockouts. Or like Crobat kills, Lumineon knockouts with that boss, or Escape Rope. Which isn't that bad really, so let's get a power tablet and something to discard. And something we don't need. It's always better to just get something a dead weight. VIP Pass is a dead weight. If we get it, they may play a Marnie and just like, it doesn't matter if we put it at the bottom. So no Marnie, they played 𝘿𝓸𝓸 for Rare Candy, I suppose. Capacious Bucket, what are they gonna get? Greninja and Bucket, okay. That's their draw mechanic. So that helps them draw 2 cards. And 1 extra energy. Okay, here comes the incense for Shady. And they're gonna do like Scoop Up Net, double Rapid Strike energy, 140 damage with Choice Belt, 170. And we get to do Elisa on the next turn. We get to Shady for another power tablet. I don't think it's enough though. So we need like 3 power tablets to kill it. If we have Inteleon, so we should be like waiting for the final copy. Not the final copy. We should be waiting for our stage 2 so that we can kill the Inteleon with 1 hit. If they play a big charm, I don't think it's possible anymore. So let's just do Elisa first. They're not killing Mr. Rime that easily, so we don't really need to be too worried. Let's just save our power tablet right now. Shady for another Drizzile, and then Shady the second time for maybe... I don't know what to get, honestly. for another tablet, for a choice belt, for a boss. So we're doing 270 damage right now, which is not enough to kill the VMAX. So let's just keep the ball in our hand, and on the next turn, Shady for another tablet. Because if we do it right now, they're probably gonna do a Marnie. If they don't, if they play a Marnie, if we don't evolve and they play a Marnie, then it's still okay. We're still good, sort of. Because now they're probably gonna do a Cheryl. They got a Sobble on the bench, so Cheryl with the bloody shady dealings. We have to do it now. We actually got our Inteleon already, so we got just the right combos. We got our Quick Shoot. We got 3 power tablets in our hand. Only 2, but we got our Shady. Let's not forget to search for that tablet, the final copy for a one-hit knockout. They don't have their big charm attached, so we actually get to do a perfect, clean 320 damage with our, well, 300 damage with our customized cane, and that extra 2 damage counters actually help us knock out the VMAX with 1 hit. A crazy Rapid Strike Inteleon is done. So they got no bench Pokemon to attack with on the next turn. I don't think they can kill the Rime right now, like on after this knockout. We actually got another Greninja because we are greedy like that, I suppose. Okay, we got another energy. That's great. We actually played a Melony. Wow. Oh my goodness, we get to do so many things this turn. We get to do so many things. We get to Shady, we get to concealed cards, we get to play our power tablet, we get to do our Melony. I mean, that's so many things. I think I said Melony twice. Sorry guys. Okay, we got 300 damage. Look at that, knocking out a Inteleon with 1 strike. That is big, yo. That is massive. Another Melony. So we actually discarded the final copy of our Mr. Rime. So we're intending to kill for the final 2 prize with the 2 copies remaining. So if they kill the active right now, somehow, we're gonna be screwed. If they somehow play like the Basque Legion, they don't actually have that card in on their bench. So Basque Legion does like 120 damage. You know, if one of your Pokemon got knocked out on your last turn for only 1 energy. And they just conceded because they got no attackers on the bench, no basics, no VMAX. So they should be like, you know, they should be benching something fast. They should be playing more setup cards. So if they have another Inteleon on the bench, they could stand a good chance at winning because they are probably going to do Cheryl on the second one. But having no Inteleon on the bench actually helps us do collect 1 prize this turn, a free 1 prize this turn, and then do a boss for the final prize, or escape rope for the final prize. So that's the power of escape rope. If you're left with 1 prize remaining, escape rope is gonna do a lot for you. It's gonna help you win the entire game by avoiding, you know, that VMAX, by preventing, you know, killing a 1 prize instead of a VMAX or a VSTAR that they are forcing you to, you know, forcing you to fight against. Okay, we got a choice belt and an energy attached. That's perfect. All we need to do right now is maybe quick ball on the next turn. So I'm not sure if it's wise to play the escape rope yet. Let's just do the quick ball escape rope on next turn. If we get an energy, we can cane already and possibly knock out the first Ice Rider before it evolves. Let's hope we got enough on the next turn. So quick ball is gonna get us our second Mr. Rime, and then Elisa is gonna get us 2 energies in play. Let's hope we top deck an energy. If we top deck like a Sobble, a Drizzile, we're gonna get a Capacious Bucket for the energies. If we top deck a Level Ball, we can get Drizzile. If we top deck an energy, we can attach it directly. So hopefully we get the right piece into our hand for that 1 energy, which is all we need. But if we play escape rope though, we can't kill the Ice Rider, right? We're forced to kill something else. And they're probably gonna do a ball. Well, they're probably gonna switch to the Ice Rider, evolve, and knock us out on the next turn, so I don't think it's too wise to be attacking that early. Let's just wait on the bench, because if you do escape rope too early, they're just gonna collect the knockout. And then we're stuck with no attackers on the bench. We are delayed by so many turns, and they can actually hit non-stop with that Melony. They can actually do right of the 𝘿𝙬𝓚 to collect the knockout, or against a 1 price, so it's not that smart to be playing. And they just discarded our tool card though. That's horrible. Oh well. So 40 damage with Pierce. Okay, we got no energies, which is horrible. We're just gonna get... Let's discard the Inteleon. We got another copy, we should be fine. Let's get another Mr. Rime. We're not gonna play Escape Rope. Well, we should be playing Escape Rope though, because they actually need to switch after that. So they could play Scoop Up Net, or like Bird Keeper for the Ice Rider to attack on the next turn, which is quite easy, but at least we are forcing them to waste those cards. So I have no idea if it's smarter to play or discard the Escape Rope. I have no idea, honestly. Because if we play it, we're gonna be sacrificing the Sobble, which is not good either. We don't want to be sacrificing too many cards. Let's just play the Future Strike Energy on the second one. I don't think they have that many scrappers, so we're just gonna gamble on the attachment. We're just gonna put the tool card there and see what happens. If they shady for a tool scrapper, then we're down to 2 last choice belt, 2 remaining choice belt for 210 base damage without the power tablets. If they do a boss, which is more likely with a shady Ice Rider deck. If they do a boss, we're gonna be screwed as well. I don't think they did a boss though. I think they are saving the boss for a rainy day. I'm not sure why. I mean, it's quite easy to kill the Rime this turn. They just chose not to. I think they were being a bit bitchy, I suppose. Trying to drag the game out or something. I don't know. Or maybe they're just having mercy on us. Never know. It's better to just boss early if you have the knockout. It's better to just do it. So they did Melony for an extra energy. They're doing right on 𝘿𝙬𝓚, and they get to discard twice. They get to do the attack twice on next turn without having to play a Melony. Well, starting from the next turn. Okay, we got our Drizzile. We're gonna just draw. What are we gonna search for? Okay, we made a mistake, guys. We should be playing the Mr. Rime on the bench. We should be attacking with the one with the choice belt, because they could quite easily do a boss. We should be attacking the one with the choice belt, but I have no idea why I did that, so I suppose that's the reason I wanted to concede. I really wanted to concede badly, because it's an Ice Rider, it's a crazy fucking Ice Rider. There's no chance you can win against Ice Rider. It's way too fucking fast. Way too fast. 2 energies, like, you don't need anything, you just need to play Melony. It's insane. So we're just gonna do Elisa and hit it with customized cane, 90 damage. I don't think we have a choice, because we made the fatal mistake of putting up the wrong Pokemon as the new active. So always take a breath and think a bit before you make a decision. Any decision, every decision matters. Even the smallest, the dumbest decision, I mean the smallest, tiniest mistake is gonna destroy your entire life. So don't take it too lightly, Don't take any decisions too lightly. And it's gonna be very exhausting if you like focus too much. I suppose that's why this game is so draining, because they force you to invest all of your energies onto every single move, which is just horrible. One small mistake and you lose the entire game. There's no room for mistakes. There's no comeback either, you know? Some games you can actually afford to make a few mistakes and then, you know, come back with a power draw or like a speed energy reversal or something like that. But some games most games there's just no comeback. There's no option for you to reverse your mistakes. There's no option to pick back up the pace and win the game by, I don't know, one-upping your opponent after that. Because that one mistake is all it takes for your opponent to win the game. They got 𝘿𝙚𝙬𝙚 with Choice Belt. They're doing 280 against a VSTAR. They're doing 310 against a VMAX. Not quite enough, but they got Inteleon to top it off, kind of the same as our strategy. It's kind of the same as Mr. Rime, but Mr. Rime has Power Tablet for the extra damage. We have no 𝘿𝙚𝙬𝙚, we have Radiant Greninja instead to help us draw cards, draw out the Power Tablet, so to speak. Or maybe even the Inteleon evolution for the Quick Shoot. So they're playing the Shady Inteleon with the Quick Shoot Inteleon. Inteleon all day long. We are playing Inteleon as well. I'm sad to say I don't normally do this, but for this deck, I don't really have a choice because Rime needs too much. You need your tool card, you need your energy, you need your power tablets, you need a lot of supports. Mr. Rime is virtually useless without Inteleon or Genesect. I don't really want to play Genesect just because you don't get to do extra damage. You don't get to do your quick shoot. You don't get to do... what else don't you get to do? You don't get to play your Radiant Greninja. You don't get to play a 𝘿𝙚𝙬𝙚. You don't get to do a lot of things. So I just prefer to play like an off-meta deck. This is not too off-meta though, because we're playing Inteleon. Any Inteleon decks is the meta. So let's just take a day, take a break off our rogue decks, because we normally build rogue decks every single day, which is just exhausting sometimes because you lose a lot. You have to lose a billion games to perfect the deck so that you can actually, face up against a meta deck, because if you're building a rogue deck every single day, it's really, really time consuming. It's really, really like energy draining, and it just sucks the life out of you. So let's just opt for a crazy strong meta deck for once in a while. Just a change, a change of breath. It's not too crazy though, because it is featuring the new Mr. Rime, and Mr. Rime is not a powerful card. It's just a funny, weird card to be playing, because it does have that one energy attack, surprising hand for you to draw 3 item cards. If your opponent don't play a Marnie, or if you have like a Milotic in play, you can actually do, 𝘿𝙚𝓸𝓼𝓽 Milotic. You can actually keep those item cards in your hand, and then passing the turn, if you have VSTAR Queen as well, you play VSTAR Queen with Mr. Rime. I wanted to do that, but Mr. Rime is a V card though, so I don't think it's that smart, because VSTAR Queen is a 1 price. People want to be playing like full-on 1 price deck. If you do a surprising hand for Honey, for Sweet Honey, and then play Milotic to keep those cards in your hand, you're passing an entire turn, using an attack, passing one full turn, just to get those item cards into your hand, and giving your opponent that free strike to kill your Mr. Rime on the next turn for 2 prize. So I don't think that's a good deal. I don't think it's that smart. Thank you. You have a good deck as well. This guy is actually a really good sportsman, I would say, because they're actually playing really mild. I don't think they're you know they're that aggressive, because normally people do like shady for boss on the first turn as early as they can. They actually didn't do shady for boss for their first Drizzile, so I'm quite surprised. I actually respect this guy a lot because they did boss at the last minute, and they got 𝘕𝓻𝓸𝓼 as well, which is quite interesting. 𝘕𝓻𝓸 for the extra 30 damage instead of the quick shoot Inteleon. So if they got no quick shoot, I think they're playing one copy of the quick shoot as well. So if they got no quick shoot in play, they can actually do 𝘕𝓻𝓸𝓼 to collect a VMAX knockout because they got choice belt 𝘿𝙚𝓼𝓽 as well. So that's actually quite smart. Okay. They're down to one final copy of Melony. Are they going to get the final Melony in play? So all they need is that one Melony and we're done. I don't think they have it inside the deck. Let's hope it's prized, but they just got a Pulpad. So if they can scoop up the Inteleon, they got another Shady for the Melony and we're done. That's the end. That's how broken Ice Rider is. That's how broken Inteleon is. You get to play Scoop Up Net to recycle the ability. You get to play Pulpad to recycle your supporter cards. You get to keep searching and recycle and search. It's just madness. So are they going to scoop it up? Are they going to attack this turn? Or are they going to do a boss? They actually did a boss. So no Melony means we won the game. It was quite close though. I don't think it was real. I think they're just like giving it to us because it's quite easy to do a scoop up net. I think they're handing over the win just because they like Mr. Rime so much, I suppose. But I'm gonna take it. I'm just gonna take the win because it's not every day that you get to win against Ice Rider. It's just ridiculous how crazy and broken that card is. 2 energy, Melony, boss with your Shady. I mean, it's just insane. Choice Belt gets to do 280. You get to do 280 to kill a VSTAR now, which is madness. Ice Rider is just madness. Bonkers. Crazy bonkers. I think you get to do like Dialga. Dialga is the only way to kill... thank you, you have a good deck as well. Dialga is the only way to knock out, to win against Ice Rider, because you get to do Star Chronos to earn you an extra turn, and then on your second turn, on the same turn, essentially, killing a second Ice Rider VMAX on the bench with the boss, and you get all 6 prizes with that 1 V-Star power. So that's how broken Dialga is. But it only does 220 damage though. If you're not hitting the weakness, if you don't have Choice Belt, if you can't do extra damage, I don't think you can without 𝘕𝓻𝓸𝓼. And 𝘕𝓻𝓸𝓼 is going to get rotated, so 250 is not enough to kill most of the V-Star or VMAXs. So if they don't play Crobat, if they don't play Lumineon, if they don't have like one prize supports on their bench, which they're quite likely to have like a Radiant card on their bench, right? So if they have a Radiant card, you can actually do Star Chronos to kill that one prize, to earn you the extra 1 turn to boss something else, and then Metal Burst for a V knockout or V-Star knockout for 2 prize, something like that. So that actually helps you, attach more energies to your Dialga and do more damage with the same copy on the next turn, on the same turn, essentially. Doing double knockout for 3 prize. Instead of doing double knockout for 4 prize or like 5 prize, 3 prize is good enough, I would say. So Dialga with Persiger would be pretty cool though, because Persiger you get to add more damage to that attack, but I don't think you have the space for that stage 1, because you need energy supports, you need some way of drawing your energy. It's so heavy, the attack cost is so much, that you need to be thinking about charging it up fast for not only Star Chronos but also Metal Burst, and you can't really afford to play that many Persigers. Okay, we did our surprising hand from the get-go, drawing our level ball, incense, and VIP pass. So getting the VIP actually allows us a better hand if they do a Marnie, I suppose. If they don't do a Marnie, we got our Shady, so it's kind of the same thing. Shady for a Capacious Bucket, Shady for Elisa. So this is kind of this is one of the earlier versions of the list, and I don't think we have a Capacious Bucket. The original version has a very different form of item cards, very different selection of trainer cards. So I don't think we have Capacious. We don't even have. I don't think. I'm not sure what we have, honestly. Sorry, guys. So right now we're up against a Raichu V deck. Raichu V with Flaaffy. Doing Dynamite Spark for 60x damage for each energy you discard from a Pokemon. Each Lightning energy you get to discard as many as you like. So Flaaffy for Dynamotor and Dynamite Spark for 60x damage. It's a one-hit knockout strategy, but I don't think they can. I don't think they got enough energies, you know, to start. I don't think they can do a one-hit knockout that fast. They got the first attack though. I forgot what it's called. Big Sparking, I think. I don't know. First charge, I think. So fast charge or first charge allows you to attach an energy from your deck to this Pokemon. Even if you go first, you still get to use that attack. So it's pretty cool. Raichu actually gets to attack on the first turn. Going first. Okay, let's do level ball. I think we discarded an energy, so we may be able to play the Melony. Oh, we didn't discard it yet. Okay. So we are not able to attack this turn, unfortunately. Got no buckets. We're just gonna do Bird Keeper, I suppose. Or like Elisa, and then I don't think we can play Elisa though. So let's just play Research. Maybe do an Escape Rope as well. I think we should be preparing our Oricorio, because Oricorio actually forces them to, well, if they have 4 discards, I don't think we can avoid it, right? So Oricorio is not doing anything. They just need 4 discards to knock us out with 1 hit. But we got it regardless, which is actually quite silly. So 100 damage is enough. Let's just conceal cards and see what we have. We may be able to play Escape Rope and save ourselves, or at least do Surprising Hand for 3 more item cards into our hand. I don't think that's too bad. We should be playing Bird Keeper though. We should be shading. We should be doing Shady for Bird Keeper, and then retreating to either a Oricorio or a Drizzile and sacrificing something else for the knockout. But they probably have a boss, so I have no idea what to do, honestly. They got 1 card in their hand though, so I have no idea what it is. If they top deck a Research, I'm gonna be super sad. I think they're gonna kill us on the next turn. Probably. Well, on this turn, sorry. They're probably gonna kill us this turn. They just need 1 energy. Or even a switch. Because if they have a switch, they can retreat and Dynamite Spark, but they need to discard everything though. So apparently they have a shitty hand. Thank God we didn't play a Marnie. 1 card. And it's a Research. Holy shit. Come on. Why did they just hold on to that Research for so long? Okay, Raichu V. They got their first knockout, which is horrible. It's V versus V. Pokemon V Electric type versus Ice Pokemon Mr. Rime V. They got another Mary on the bench. We finally got our Inteleon, but a bit too late though. So we need like 3 turns to kill one Flaaffy. 3 whole turns to kill a Flaaffy. We may be choosing to attack with Oricorio because that actually gives us a Flaaffy knockout. You know, if we do like glistening droplets, we can quick shoot for, you know, 1-hit KO against a bench Flaaffy. But they're probably gonna just boss the Rime on the next turn, which is gonna be horrible. If they don't do that, we get to kill them with customized cane on the next turn. If they do that, we get to kill another Flaaffy, which is not collecting enough prizes. So Oricorio is only collecting 1 prize. I think it's better to just attack with Rime first and think about the Rio later. So let's just evolve both the Inteleon, Melony for the extra 1 energy, and customize Cane to knock out the active. We don't need to do anything else. We don't need the power tablets, fortunately. So I think they have a cape, but they haven't attached it yet. They're gonna attach it to one of the Raichu later. You'll see, but right now we don't need the power tablet, so we're just gonna keep it, and we're just gonna attach the water because we don't need a fusion strike. They're not playing abilities to target our Pokemon. We got concealed cards, we're just gonna use it. And let's quick shoot the Mary. So if they don't evolve, we got a knockout on the next turn. If they do, we got a knockout on the turn after. Okay, customize Cane. Raichu is dead. Cologne. Cologne is actually perfect against Miltank. It actually helps you do a lot of things as well. So if they play like Galarian Weezing, you get to get through the ability lock. If they play, you know, Cursula, Galarian Cursula V, you get to get through that ability. Well, if they play V abilities that works on the active, you can just play Path to the Peak. But if they play, what other things? Any other abilities that work in the active spot? I'm not sure. If they have abilities like, you know, abilities that work on the bench, but is in the active slot, you can actually disable that ability on that turn as well. So for example, if they have like a Sigilyph, if they have a Sigilyph that, well, it actually needs to be in the active spot though, right? Yeah, my bad. If they have an Oricorio, right? If they have an Oricorio in the active spot, you can play the what's it called? The canceling Cologne, and then you can kill it with your customized Cane without a tool card attached to your Mr. Rime. So that's how it works. You can just boss the Oricorio, canceling Cologne, and then knock it out with one strike without the tool card attached. Okay, we got a second quick shoot. Close to a Flaaffy knockout this turn. We're just gonna hang in there for the next knockout. They actually couldn't kill our Rime this turn, which is actually good news. So we survived that one turn, which is all it takes for us to collect the knockout, an extra knockout, and charge up the next one for another strike. We just need to prepare the next one, and that's it. So we need the choice belt. Sorry, we need the power tablet. We're just gonna scoop up this one right now, because we just need one Inteleon for the Flaaffy knockout on the next turn. So if we do like Melony, we can kill the final Raichu, but we need to be thinking about getting the power tablet out if we want to win the game that way. So we got an escape rope, which is perfect. So now we just need to kill something else. If we quick shoot the Flaaffy, we just need to escape rope and kill something else. So we don't need a boss anymore. We just need to Shady for a Melony and we're good. Melony, escape rope, and we win the game. So let's see what they're gonna do. Probably gonna attack with the Raichu. I mean, they don't really have a choice here. They got no other attackers, so it's quite sad that they couldn't do a knockout on last turn because they have Raihan, they got like Flaaffys. I don't think it's that difficult. I mean, Raichu should be doing a knockout every single turn. If you're playing a V deck, if you're playing like a VMAX or VSTAR, I don't think it's that easy. Raichu with Flaaffy doesn't actually get to do that much. You don't get to draw, you don't get to have as much energies in play as you can. So you could have a few Flaaffy prized, or if you could have like a few Raihan prized as well, and that's gonna make you do so much less damage. And we want to be doing as much as we can, as high as possible, to do a one-hit knockout. Because Raichu can do a lot. It should be doing as much as possible. I think they're stalling. I don't think they can attack this turn. I don't know what's happening. They should be attacking with the Raichu. What's happening? So we got the Inteleon, we got the Quick Shoot. We can actually kill the Raichu with just one Power Tablet. But we still need the Melony though. So if they attack with the Raichu, they did nothing though. If they attack with the Raichu, if they attack with the Raichu and play a Marnie, I think we're stuck for that one entire turn. Cause we actually did like an Elisa. So this was actually quite a lame game because they did nothing. Oh well. We got a Power Tablet from the prize. We could actually win still if we drew the Power Tablet from the prize. And I normally draw the prize in a set pattern, but I shouldn't be doing that because people could quite easily hack my account. So if we did a Melony on the last turn, if they attack with the Raichu and play like a Marnie or something, we could actually do our Shady for a Melony, and then attack with the third Mr. Rime for 210 damage, and then possibly, well, we have to do the Quick Shoot first, obviously. So Quick Shoot, well, if we Quick Shoot the Flaaffy and drew the Power Tablet, we still can't kill. We still can't knock out, we're still not able to knock out the Raichu because we're only doing 240 damage. If we quick shoot the active, then we can't draw the Power Tablet from the prize. So if they Marnie us, we're probably going to get at least one Power Tablet, right? But if we get the Power Tablet, we may not get the Drizzile, so there's a lot of unknowns right there. I don't want to think about it. I just don't want to. If they play a Marnie, we could quite easily get screwed over, so I have no idea. They should definitely not have paused the turn doing nothing though. I think they were thinking too much and trying to, buy as much time as they can. But there's always a timer. Like whatever game you play, there's always a time limit. So don't take too much time, but don't be too fast as well, because you need to be thinking enough. Just in case you have like a possibility to get out of a sticky situation, because there's always a solution to any problem until you can't see it. Like there's always one until you decide to give up. Okay, I think I'm just gonna end the voiceover right here and leave you guys to focus on the gameplay. Enjoy the game, enjoy the music, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day and bye for now, lovely people. Today we're featuring the new Galarian Mr. Rime card, Galarian Mr. Rime V, with the customized cane attack doing 90 base damage plus 90 more if you have a tool card attached to it. So we're playing our Choice Belt and our Inteleon to do extra damage, Power Tablet as well, and we have also our Oricorio to reduce damage done to our Mr. Rime by 20, so it's essentially a 230. They need 230 damage to kill our V card, which is a lot. They can't actually kill it with Arceus VSTAR. So Arceus VSTAR is only doing a starting hit of 210 damage with that double turbo and Choice Belt combo, and they can't actually knock out our Galarian Mr. Rime with one hit thanks to the defense buff from our Fusion Strike Oricorio. We also have one copy of Meloetta for the bench barrier and one Radiant Greninja for the draw support as well, and 3 copies of Snowfall Drizzile for the powerful Shady Dealing's ability to get any trainer cards into your hand, helping you search for your tool card, Power Tablet, Capacious Bucket, Sukubab Net, anything that you need at the moment, even your Elisa, Melony, or Boss Order. So that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next episode. Have a great day and bye for now, lovely people. Enjoy your life.